How do you feel about the upcoming race?
I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. I really am. For a lot of different reasons, but one of which I think it's going to be a question of whether or not people approve of the work we've been doing. And I think that we've been doing good work.
Why are you running?
We've been helping a lot. We've been helping a lot of people. We've been serving the citizens, and we've made the office more open. And I've done everything that I said I would do when I first started running, when I ran the first time in 2010. I'm proud of the service, and obviously we got some work to do. I've got an accountant on board, and we're going to get to the bottom of this stuff, and I appreciate you guys being here to cover.
Where's the accountant from?
Go ahead.
Oh, well,
No, go ahead, John.
Where's the accountant from? Can you?
I've got him on board. I'm supposed to go meet with him in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
So I'll be able to fill you guys in on all that.
Are you paying for it personally, or is the solicitor's office paying for it?
Now, do you think I have the kind of money to pay for an
I don't know.
accountant to do a forensic?
$5,600 for a filing fee is a lot of money. So.
Yeah, I had to raise that, right? So you may not know this, but I came from nothing, right? I still have a $77,000 student loan.
So
I've been out 20 years.
The office is paying for it, Dan?
Yeah, I have to get to the bottom of it. I've got to figure out what's going on and make it right if there's something not right. And truth be told, heck, I wish if I could have got the county to give us an accountant from the beginning, some bow tie wearing guy to sit in there every day, I would have done it. But we don't have that. I've got one lady who was a secretary and then became the office manager. So we got to get to the bottom of it, and that's what we're going to do. And I think I told you that already.
For a constituent.
Make it happen. Mm-hmm.
And I think you say mistakes may have been made, but certainly not intentionally.
Right. And I want to run it down and make it right. And if there's somebody who wants to suggest better processes, I'm open to it. You know, I think that's all I can do in that regard.
On a related matter, a number of news media are going to be getting the SLED report that was done in 2011 about the FBI agent in the parking lot of a Thai restaurant in Dan Johnson.
In regard to my ex-wife?
Yes, and they'll be, I think, getting the report and the video next week. Do you have anything you want to say about that at this time?
I do not. I think that, well, I'll say this. My ex-wife is an honorable person, and she's a good lawyer. And even though things didn't work out with me and her, right, I think she's a good person. And I think I told you that in 2012. And I don't know why that's relevant today, but at the end of the day, my ex-wife is not running. I'm running.
Well, do you think that report will, or news accounts of it, will play a role in the upcoming campaign?
That's not for me to say, is it? Right? I'm running for solicitor, right? My ex-wife is not running. She's a great lawyer and does a lot of good work. She and I, it's like a lot of people. I think some of y'all have been married and now you're not, right? I'm remarried. So I will say I don't know what that is. I hadn't had anything to do with that, but I can't tell y'all what to do. Y'all do what y'all do, and of course I do what I do. Right?
Dan, for a constituent concerned that their solicitor's under investigation, what would you say?
Well, I think a couple things. One, there are a lot of people out there that have issues, right, in public, to include all of us, right? I get the fact that people can make allegations from wherever. I get the fact that you can have, the I don't like Dan Johnson fan club is out there. I get it, and I think that's part of this process at every level of government. People are free to feel however they feel. What I would like to say is, over the last 7 years, everything I said I was going to do, I've done. I've been out there and available for people, and I've worked really hard to try to help people, and I've also worked really hard to deal with the criminal element. I said I was going to work hard to keep kids out of gangs and do the things I could do to help in the community, and I feel like I've done those things, and my thought process is that I get that I, like many other places in government, don't have all the staff we need to do all the things we do, but we're trying to help. We're trying to do everything we can do, and people will decide whether they like that or they don't like it, whether they like the fact that we're out there trying to help kids and do things. I think that's that's going to be what it's going to be. And ultimately, if we miss some stuff, if the paperwork isn't right, we need to get it right. And that's all I can say. So if it's not right, we're going to fix it. If it is right, I'll go out and say, hey, it was right all along.
Do you specifically deny anything that's been reported so far?
My thought process is to get to the bottom of it and then run it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought process. I don't like to get ahead of information. The problem is there's like thousands, I always say 30,000, I don't know how many pages it is, but there's a lot of documents that I'd like to actually see, right? So, I mean, I've read y'all's reports.
Can you clear up a couple of things
I've read
for
y'all's
us?
reports every day, right? I get it. I'd like to go through it and get to the bottom of it so I know facts. And I think that's important to go out and put facts out there as opposed to some of this other stuff. And I respect what y'all do. I know you got to do it. I know y'all got jobs to do. I got a job to do too. I'd like to go do that if y'all don't mind. But when and I want to say something else too. When the accountant gets to the bottom of it, I'm going to release it. Part of the reason, there's two ways that could have been done. Of course, if I had that kind of money, I'd pay for it myself, and then it'd be privileged, and then you wouldn't get it. So by doing it the way we're doing it, it's public record. So on the one hand, you could criticize me for that, but I mean, I don't want to do something on the cheap where I don't have any money. I'm not a rich guy, right? I'm a kid I've been out 20 years, I still have student loans, okay? I don't have any crazy business connections or all that stuff. I'm a guy who ran because I thought I could do the job. And I'm trying to do that. And, I'm always trying to answer y'all's questions to the extent that I know the answers.
What's the status of Nicole?
She still is an employee in my office. I've removed her card access as we investigate the facts.
Right.
And I want to get to the bottom of the facts. So that's where we are right now.
Dan, you haven't addressed your trips to South America or Las Vegas. What
Right.
were the business
You
purpose?
You tell me. As I said, I want to get to the bottom of all those things. I mean, I've read what you said, right? I think I know a little better, but I want to put it all out there at one time, as opposed to every day y'all call me and ask me a question about this or that. I want to do it all at one time, and I think it makes sense to do it that way, right? I think that it's a fair way to do it. I get, for your purposes, you'd love for me to answer a question every day.
But you know why you went to
but-
the Galapagos
but-
Islands
but
in April
I-
2017.
I do know why, right? I do know why. And I think actually some of the public already knows why, but you weren't here. But that's okay.
But can you tell us?
Let me get to the bottom of it. And then when I get to the bottom of all the facts, I'll put it out there. And I think that's a fair way to do it. It's fair to you, right? As opposed to me saying something, right? That's not represented by documents. And it's also fair to the people, and it's fair to me. That's the way I want to do it. What else y'all got?
How is hiring your brother not a violation of state ethics
You
laws?
can run it down. We'll talk about all that. I appreciate it. You were late, so
I
I'm
know
sorry.
I'm late, sir, but I just wanted to ask you a question about why you decided to file today.
You would have heard that if you were here before.
I was on my way
but
over.
It's okay. I decided to file today because I've been solicitor for 7 years, and the people know what work I've done, and the people know how hard I've worked for them, and the people know how much access they have and what I've done, not only to try to keep Columbia safer, but also to help children in our communities. I think people know that. I'm proud of it. And I think it's up to the people to decide whether or not they want me to continue doing the job. And I've always said at the beginning I'd be around as long as people wanted me around. And if people don't want me around anymore, right, if that point comes, then I won't be.
Do you know anything about?
But I'm very, very proud of the work that my office does. Now, to the extent that there's things that we can do better, we're going to work hard to do them better.
And why did you wait until the last minute to keep everybody in suspense?
Well, I always have I had always planned to file either yesterday or today, always, right? And I think, y'all asked me every day if I was running, but y'all were at my event when I said I was running. So you could have easily reported that I was running, but you didn't.
We did say that you had planned on running.
But the fact is, today's as good as any, and it's Good Friday, isn't it?
It is.
So there we go. I appreciate everything.
Dan,
got anything?
last thing.
That's it.
Do you know anything about Byron? Have you talked to him? Byron Gibson? Do you have any comments?
Yeah, I know him. I've known him for 20 years. I've known Byron for 20 years. We went to law school together. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Okay. All right, thank y'all.
Thanks, Dan.
Hey, see y'all.